People deluded. Now, Roma have a fantastic project going on. Now, Mochi, I can't say his name, the sporting director, he's doing a great thing. And Zonzi's not young, but it was a good coup for them to sign in Zonzi. They could have signed Malcolm, but obviously Barcelona came. They've got some good youngsters. They've got the Turkish lad under there. They've got Kluivert there. They've got Pellegrini, the central midfielder who can play in a couple more forward positions. They've got talented players. They've got Nicolas Zanolio. Hopefully I've said his name correctly, or sorry for my Italian viewers or people of Italian descent that I was looking at this. I've butchered his name. He's a player I like the look of, man. I saw a lot of him in the youth gen. I obviously saw him play for Italy at international level. To obviously see him against Barcelona, not Barcelona, Madrid, was terrific for me because it always surprises me. Like, add him to the list of Asensio, Pereira, Gabazos, Mbappe, these, like, obviously Sancho, obviously these players have Foden, obviously these players have to develop, but it's like, for me, I never, when they make that jump up and it's like, it feels like the academy thing was a far way away, it always surprises me. But Nicolo Zanolio, he's 19, he's better than Aaron Ramsey technically, but the best way for me to describe him personally to myself is a bit like Aaron Ramsey in the sense that I wouldn't say he's a free spirit because he's very good tactically, because he mashes in work defensively, but he likes to run in behind. He's very energetic. He's got a lot of technical qualities. He's a very cultured midfielder. Italy can be very proud of having a player like him. He's got an engine like Ramsey. Like, he reminds me of him. He's got an eye for goal as well, so he could develop into a goal scoring midfielder of sorts. But Alessio Riccardi, hopefully I said his name correctly. I'd have to go back to the summer, and I've spoken about him. If we take ourselves back to the summer, the under-17s championship. That whole tournament, obviously Italy didn't win in the final. They lost to a Holland side with Gravenbach, with Brian Brobly, I can't say his name correctly, Mohamed Ilatan, Baka, I think. No, Baka weren't there. There's a lot of Dutch players that I think will be once-in-a-generation talents, and possibly, I don't like saying things like that, but definitely Gravenbach and probably Mohamed Ilatan, I can't say his name, PSV lad. They're two players, and probably Brian as well. They're three players I'm looking at to probably go on to the senior level. So they stole the final. Obviously, if you watched it, you know it was a dramatic goal. Brian came off the bench and scored. But Alessio, hopefully I've said his name correctly on the fourth time of asking. He had a very good tournament. He showed it against England as well. He was very good in the final. I'm sure he captained the side as well. Italy, very cultured midfielder. He can play in the cam. He can play in central mid. Like Nicolo, is very cultured. I like the way he can evade tackles. I like his eye for a pass. I like his bravado. I like that he wants to be the hub. He wants the football all the time. Like, he's very cultured. Fantastic quality when actually striking the football, which is an underrated aspect of when looking at footballers. So if he can strike a football and he has pinpoint accuracy, you can imagine he's a danger from attacking positions, to which he is. Youth gen, I'm so sure he scored against Madrid. Forgive me if I'm incorrect, but looking at his stats this season, 4 goals, 5 assists in 14 appearances. The young 17-year-old, he might not even be 17 anymore, he might be 18. He's a terrific talent. Like, he is a terrific talent, and Roma again can I don't know what they're putting in the water in Roma, man, because they're having even a couple other players I haven't mentioned. Who's the left back? I think his name is Pellegrini. I think he's technically in the first team now. I could be wrong. I think his name's actually Pellegrini as well. Either way, they've got a young Italian left back that looks alright as well. Either way, they've got a good bunch of players, and I don't know if Italy have the same level of talent and potential that we're seeing with the French lads coming out of the water now. But considering how Italy, they didn't go last World Cup, did they? I'm so sure they weren't. It was a few months ago, so I should remember. But they weren't there. They haven't really been doing dirt in terms of international level for a while now. And considering Juventus is one of the strongest sides in Europe, it should be now. Obviously, you can't just look at Juventus. You look at the other Italian clubs. Obviously, Inter Milan and AC Milan, two prestigious giants, and they're still giant football clubs, but they're a far cry from where they were. You look at the likes of Napoli and sides like that; they're never going to be expected to win major honours in the European game, or is it possible for them to beat PSV? I'd love for them in general to be able to win it, but do you get it, people? But it's good for the Italian league, because you look at the amount of players. I mean, the Italian national team. Because look at the players. I've spoken about 2 here. Pellegrini's not that old. You look at Tonali of Bestia. I can't say his name either. Ewax is there. You look at a couple at Milan. There's a couple good Italian young players. Moise Kean obviously plays for Italy as well. He's of Juventus, not really getting any game time. yeah, there's some good players developing, and they could probably get them back into at least challenging, like just as a bigger nation again as they were. His name is bugging me. It's not Pellegrini. It's either Riccardi or Ricardo or something like that. I think it's Riccardi. Forgive me if I'm wrong, people. I'll check it up. In fact, I'll do it later, man. I'm actually finished the video now. But yeah, in short, Alessio Riccardi, I think he's a good footballer, and I think he's the next one to come through the academy, and I think he's going to develop into a good player. Shout out to my guy Nicolo, because he's a good player as well, and shout out to the Roma staff, the Roma scouting staff, and the players that they've brought in, because I think Roma, I don't watch Roma religiously, but when I do dedicate time to the Italian league and Roma are playing, I like the way Roma play. I like how I actually like. Obviously, you can tell when the side's been doing a lot in training, because their movement, and I'm not saying they're playing mad football, but their movement ahead of the ball and their movement off the ball when someone's got the ball is very commendable. Obviously, they drop points and stuff like that, so for that reason, it's also entertaining. But yeah, there's not much more to say. Obviously, oh yeah, and on top of all them young players I was naming from Italy, we got to say Barella of Caligiuri as well. Yeah, anyways, people, it's been a pleasure, but let me get out of your hair. Deluded. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I'm out, God willing. Yeah, God willing, he develops into the player I believe he could be, and yeah, God bless you guys for watching. People, I'm out, man.